date of its passing. I have been asked why this amendment, why the urgency and why indeed the Family Reunification Bill. In response to that, I say that we're in the midst of the biggest humanitarian crisis since the Second World War. Over 65.5 million people, human beings, have been forcibly displaced as a result of violent conflict, persecution and disaster, the highest number ever recorded according to UNHCR. There are an estimated 2.25 million refugees, more than half of whom are children. There are enormous human tragedies happening every day, ones that we know about happening in eastern Ghouta. Minister Coveney, not half an hour ago, said that he couldn't actually watch it on television, especially what is happening to women and children there. Or in Yemen, where a proxy war is raging and cholera is rampant, or among the Rohingya people displaced from Myanmar. These people are living in hells in other places too, outside of our awareness and knowledge. The scale of the displacement of people is vast, almost unimaginable in our stable and comfortable lives. And let us remember, only a tiny proportion of the world's refugees are able to use safe and legal mechanisms to access asylum or international protection. In 2015, over 1 million people risked their lives to reach Europe by sea, many on dangerously inadequate boats. More than 4,500 people went missing and are feared drowned. Recorded testimonies of more than 250 people travelling to Europe via Libya detail sexual violence, torture, denial of food and deprivation of medical care. While the routes to safety taken by refugees may be diverse, a common thread running through their experiences is the breakdown of the family unit. The destruction of the family unit is an almost universal consequence of refugee experiences, according to Wilmson, who did a study of family separation in the refugee context. Therefore, when a person reaches safety, finding and reuniting with their loved ones is often their priority, as was captured in the recently just published study, Safe but Not Settled. The human misery, the family sundered, the very scale of it all is the urgency, is the will required, implied in my amendment. The human misery, the family sundered, the very scale of it all is the urgent need, the imperative for Ireland to play its part now more than ever. We have seen in this House since the inception of the Family Reunification Bill how sadly the Government has opposed it at every turn, how two successive ministers have not listened and sought to block the bill or even to mislead. This is the reason for my amendment, to ensure that under law the Government must move forward with the bill within 3 months of legislative approval. So I would ask Senators to show their support for my amendment, an amendment that simply seeks to ensure that the International Protection Family Reunification Amendment Bill is brought into legal effect 3 months after its legislative approval. This is simply to ensure a timely response to refugees and family members anxiously wishing to unite, to mend families that have been broken up by cruel, cruel circumstances.
Seconder.